welcome to a new episode of Tekkit. In the last episode, it was actually the 2-hour Tekkit special, in which you saw that I failed miserably. I don't even want to say I got close. I mean, I made the mass fabricator, sort of, but eh. So, in this episode, as my punishment, like I said, we're going to be blowing up this fancy reactor here that we just built. Hopefully we'll be able to rebuild the reactor and use it eventually in our new home where we're going. But until then, I actually have a few things planned for us. So we got a lot to do this episode to get ready for our departure. So try to keep up. I've disconnected the refinery here because the fuel's not going to do us any good. Did I turn this off? I did not. Okay. Or I did. It's already off. Okay, so it's interesting. I disconnected the quarry, and if you check the MFSU, the solar arrays are actually enough to charge it now while it's powering the quarry, so I'm a little agitated. Somebody in the comments told me that it had to do with the conductive pipes. That the conductive pipes they pull as much electricity as possible, even more than what its powering requires. So that's probably what was going on there with the refinery as well as the quarry. The best thing to do is to put the energy link directly next to the quarry, and it'll be as efficient as possible, which we may yet do. But we'll get there. So the first thing we need to do in preparation of blowing this thing up is we need to get the uranium ore situated. I'm going to keep one to condense if I need to, but we're going to compress the rest of this into... A little bit of lag on the shift click there. We're going to compress the rest of this into refined uranium. Now, if you notice, the EMC value disappears. You can no longer condense the uranium at this point. So just bear that in mind, that once you compress the uranium into the refined uranium bars, you can no longer condense it. So we'll go ahead and let that running. Also, another thing that I'm going to be looking into is going to require me to bust out some resources. So we're going to get some of this copper here. We really do need some tin, but that's okay. Let's how many macerators do I have? First of all, got too much junk. Let's get our bag open, start throwing stuff into our bag. Get that out of here. Okay, all the glass, all the buckets gone. So, I hope everybody enjoyed the Tekkit special. I was a little disappointed. I mean, I felt like I was doing pretty good in the beginning, and then it just went downhill from there. Okay, so we've got a good supply of diamonds up there, and now let's get. Oh man, we got some EMC going here. Let's see, let's get some tin. That's way not enough tin for what we need. Go ahead and take these out. Tin me up. Oh man, look how fast that produces tin. Okay. Take those. Go ahead and take the copper. Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure copper and tin is what I need here. I'm going to throw that into our normal alloy furnace here. So, boom, and... Yep, there we go. Just throw all that in there. Let it cook. And now over here, I need some more sand. Some sand. 8. Go ahead and cook. We need to make some more silicon wafers, if you remember those. There we go. We need 8 coal and 8 sand. Gonna go ahead and make a couple. I got rid of that saw, didn't I? I did. Oh man, look at all this junk. Okay, let's go ahead and make another saw. I am gonna need this iron. There we go. Okay, I'm trying to move fast because we got lots to do. Lots to do. Now, what we're going to be doing, since I'm blowing the place up, I know I'm kind of just working and explaining crap as I go here. Whoops. Did not want an emerald. I wanted one of my bronze, or copper. Give me my copper. What we're going to be doing is we are going to be moving, obviously, since we're blowing the place up. So what I'm going to do is we're going to just stuff a bunch of uranium into the reactor, and then we're going to hightail it through our nether portal. Because one thing we need to find for some stuff I want to get into, we need to find another fortress, and we need to get some blaze rods. So that is on the agenda. So we'll get that done. How we doing here? Awesome. Okay. Need the iron. Oops. Didn't mean to fall down there. I just need 2 iron. I got 3 sticks. Perfect. Okay. Now, we remember this recipe. Just a diamond saw here. Boom. Need the saw to cut up the boules into wafers. Throw that in there. Now we need a bunch of redstone. That should be enough. Throw all those in there. Now, before we combined silicon wafers with nickelite and we made blue doped wafers. This time we're combining redstone with the silicon wafers to make red doped wafers. If you're wondering what I did over here, we're cooking copper and tin together to make brass. Now brass is pretty cool, and that's actually all I need, so let's pull that back out. Go ahead and open our bag, shove stuff away. Yeah. So we've got some brass. Now, what you can do with the brass, I need some glass. Now, what you can do with the brass is something kind of like Buildcraft pipes. This is red power pneumatic tubes. So let me make, I'll just make a stack, because I really don't need that much. Now these tubes are pretty cool. They're a little bit smarter than the Buildcraft pipes, and you can actually combine, whoops, there we go, give me a redstone. You can combine a redstone with a tube to make a redstone tube, to where you can actually apply a current to the tube itself instead of to the machine that we're going to be building using these red doped wafers. So I'll go ahead and grab a few. I'm going to need some cobble. So we'll let that make cobble, and I'm going to need some gold. Now, gold is something we don't have. So let's donate a diamond to the cause, get some gold. Alright. Iron dust. Okay, got some cobble. Go ahead and shove that back up there. Still making wafers. I really only needed 1. Oh, I do need this again. And I need... I'm running low on every little thing. So we picked a pretty good time to move because we're actually pretty scarce on stuff as it is. 2 things of wood, all I need. I need sticks. Now, first things first. We got our red doped wafers, and we got our gold, and we got some cobble. I am going to need a piston. Boom. Now, I shall take this piston, cobble, I think in that formation, 2 gold ingots and 1 red doped wafer, and this gets me a filter. Now, the filter is pretty cool. Now, I'm going to need a chest. Give me that chest. So we'll go downstairs, and I'll show you. I will be right back. I'm going to check that message, and I will show you how the filter works. Okay, and I'm back. Sorry about that. Now, how the filters are going to work is first we're going to take our pneumatic tube, just like so. Go outwards that way. And we're going to go straight up. Straight up, I say. Hopefully this goes to somewhere convenient. Oh, right next to the bed. Wow, the reactor's right under my bed. That would have been bad. Okay, so we're going to take these tubes, and if I can... There we go. Alright. Got the tubes here. Can actually pick that bed up, because we're not going to be going back outside. Oh, yeah, we... Actually, I will be going back outside to get the... Whoops. To get these solar panels. Whoops. Go away, phone. Okay. So, we got our tubes here. And we got a chest here. Okay? Now with the filter, I'm going to set that filter down in between. Now this is facing the wrong direction. And the easiest way to turn that is to take you a stick and a piece of iron the other way. And you make a screwdriver. Yeah. And you just right click to turn. Now the filter, and pretty much any other red power machine that involves the pneumatic tubes, they're going to have two ends. They're going to have this solid side with a small hole, that's your output, and then you're going to have a bigger side with kind of a larger hole. You can't really see it too well. There you go. That's your input there. So now, once this receives a redstone signal, it will trigger the filter and it'll do one rotation, we'll say, because it involves pistons. So the filter will do one rotation, and it will pull whatever's in the first slot. So it, a whole stack of diamonds, one, whatever is in the first slot, and just goes sequentially down. As the name implies, since it's a filter, you can filter it even further and put in, I only want one diamond to pull, so it will just pull one diamond at a time. I want a whole stack of diamonds, it will only pull an entire stack. If you have that in the filter and you only have 32 in the chest, it won't pull. You can also assign colors to the pipe, which we're not going to do. We'll get into that later. And as I said before, you can combine redstone with the pipe to make a redstone tube, to where instead of having to send the current to the filter itself, you can send it to the tube, which, depending on how you have your filter set up, can actually save you on space. The only downside is that the redstone tubes appear to require actual redstone dust to send the signal. The red alloy wires don't seem to work. The red alloy wires will work on the filter itself, which is what we're going to be doing. Going to... Whoops. I only have 7, which should be okay. Don't need that much. Going to put 1, 2, 3... I'm going to get rid of this water, because we're packing up anyway. So, sorry, water source. Actually, that should be enough, just as is. Oh yeah, and also, since pneumatic tubes and these red alloy wires are from the same mod, the inventory tweaks mod will auto-fill tubes into your hotbar whenever you use an alloy wire. It's quite entertaining. Now, let me find, there we go, a lever, and we'll set that lever down. Now, another problem we face with this is that this will only send one pulse. I'd have to sit here and do that over and over and over to trigger this filter. So we actually have a solution to that, and that is going to involve me turning this cobble into stone and then cooking said stone. Cooking the stone will get you stone wafers. What we do with the stone wafers, you may ask? Well, we're going to make a device known as a timer. The stone wafers can actually be used in a lot of complicated redstone circuitry that's part of red power, and we'll get into some more advanced stuff later. But right now, the timer is going to be the one that you want with a filter. Normally in vanilla Minecraft, how you would make a timer is you'd have to, it's like a chain of redstone torches. I think it's like 2 torches and a bit of dust. I don't remember if a repeater is involved. I'm not really good at the vanilla redstone tricks. I see you, you little shithead. But the timer and a lot of the other redstone things that you can make kind of solve that problem for you. So, I need some more redstone. Alright. Now the timer is going to require, let me just take this back on the recipe mode. Timer is going to require quite a few things. stone wires, which is pretty easy. It needs 3 stone wires, which is just a wafer and a redstone. So we can make that real quick. Let me stash stuff away here. Oh, I do not want that in there. Do not want that enabled at the moment. But just shove the bed up. This axe I am not taking with me. Go away. Okay, so we need 3 of these. Whoops. 1, 2, 3. That gets us 3 stone wires. And we also need these stone anodes. And the way these are crafted is 3 wafers on the bottom. Oops. And 4 redstone on the top. That actually gets you 3 anodes. And we only need 2, so it's a decent trade. Next thing we need is a stone cathode and a stone pointer. A stone pointer is basically the same thing as a cathode, but it's got a stone block on the top, which I got rid of all my smooth stone, so I need one. There we go. So first off, let's make 2 redstone torches. And then we shall make the stone pointer and the cathode. Now let's put it all together. This is where that question mark button comes in handy. Get you the outline of your recipe. And we'll just plug in the pieces like so. And bam, we got our timer. The timer is very effective. So what I will do is first I will turn it on. I'll turn the lever on and set the timer down. What the timer does is it will constantly spin around, sending a pulse in 3 directions, forward, left, and right, at whatever rate you set, which here's, by default, the interval is 2 seconds. For filters, I honestly recommend putting it to 0.5. 0.5 seconds is the ideal. And like I said, it'll send 3 directions, so you can power 3 different things if you need to, or more, because it responds to wire as well. Now what I've done here is, if it receives a signal from its back end here, the timer will stop. So all I gotta do is just flip the switch. As you can see, it just spins around and triggers every half a second, and triggers the filter. There's nothing in the chest, so it's not pulling anything at the moment. Now let's go check on our uranium. Alright, got 17 uranium. Now we can do a couple things with this uranium, and if I've got, I have enough. Now, as we know, with gunpowder, you can already make TNT with gunpowder and sand. Replace said sand with uranium bars, and you can make a nuke. I'll go ahead and make one, and we'll save it for later. I'm not going to be using it at this time, but I'll just make one. It's TNT on crack. Now, with the refined uranium bars, we need to turn those into uranium cells. Now, how you do that is you find what you did with your tin. I put it in my bag, and let's get 4 tin. Now, we've seen this before. Empty cells. This is what we used for the water cells, for the for the overclockers, and it's what we use for the lava cells for the geothermal generator. So we just simply combine the uranium with the cells, and that gets us uranium cells. Now, I don't really have the room in my inventory to put these in here, so I'll stash those away, and I will get that done before we leave. Actually, I'll go ahead and make one just to show you. All you do is you just stick one in there like that. Boom. Uranium cell. Now, I'll go ahead and make a second one, and I'll show you why I don't have room in my inventory. Like anything that has to do with nuclear power, the uranium cells do not stack. So, like I said, I'll make those whenever we're about to leave, and then we'll just set the whole thing off. Now, as I said, we're packing up. And in order to do that, obviously I've got more stuff that I can carry in my inventory. I've got my alchemical bag to help me, but as you can see, that alchemical bag is going to run out of space really quick. So, in order to help combat that, oh gosh, I forgot about these. Jeez. In order to help combat that, I'm going to make another alchemical bag. And I'm going to need wool. We're going to need 5 wool. as before. We're going to need not 5, 3 of that covalence dust. And we're going to need an alchemical chest. Now, I had an extra one, and I don't remember what I did with it. What did I do with my extra chest? Oh, I moved it here because this was a regular chest and I swapped them. That's right. Okay, so I'll need to make another chest. Let's open this up, stash the nuke away. Yep, get all those put up. Oh nope, I need the wool. Come here, wool. And okay. Now we need one of those, last one of that, and that. We need crap. Need that cobble back because we need 2 smooth stone for the chest. And we also need a chest itself. So I'm going to take this. If you haven't memorized this recipe by now, it's something you should probably remember. I should probably do it in the right order. There we go. Now chemical chest. Combine that with the wool. I've made another bag. Now you'll notice both these bags are white. If I open either one of them, I'll get the same inventory. But if I were to dye the bag, which I will do with a piece of lapis, I will make the bag blue. I now have a separate inventory. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. So now I've got 2 alchemical bags to work with. Now, also, like I said before, never stick your alchemical bag into your alchemical bag, because you'll have a hard time getting it back. You would actually have to create another alchemical bag of the same color to open it back up to get the bag back. So, now that we've got that done, let's move on to the next thing on our list. And that is... what was that? Oh yes. As I mentioned, I'm leaving my battle axe here because I want to get rid of these stupid Balkan weapons, because, I mean, you can't melt them down, you can't transmute them. Let them die. Let them rest. There is some charcoal here. Interesting. So, as a replacement for my weapon for the time being, I'm going to craft what is known as a Nano saber. It's pretty interesting. Some advanced alloys, some carbon plates, an energy crystal, and some glowstone. Now, we have a carbon plate. 1 carbon plate is 8 coal, if I remember correctly. Oops. Yes, so let's get 8 coal going in the macerator. Yes, sirree. Get rid of that iron. There we go. And now we need some advanced alloys. Just need 2. Should be pretty simple. Gonna need the old tin. 1, 2, 3. Gonna need some bronze. And gonna need 3 refined iron. So, do I have refined iron in one of these? I do not. I probably used it all. So, 3 refined iron. And 3 bronze. There we go. And that gets us our mixed metal ingot, as you're well aware. Oops, whoop, whoop. Oh no, get out of there. You're standing over the rancor pit. Let's go ahead and compress that down. Get our coal. Like I said, we're covering a lot in this episode. Gotta get ready to go. Gotta get ready. Raw carbon mesh. And get that going. Let's craft us an energy crystal real quick. Like so. And now we need the glowstone. Oh boy. Still got fuel here. Let's get rid of that. Throw our glowstone in there. Gonna need Nikolite, perhaps? Boom. And let's go ahead and just get 2 pieces. Okay. And we got our plate. So now we just put our glowstone, put our carbon plates, our advanced alloy, and our energy crystal, and that gets us a nano saber. There's a bug flying in front of me. How dare he? Stick our nano saber into the MFE, watch it charge, move stuff down the way. Alright. Now, I don't recommend the Nano Saber as a permanent solution. I think I've heard that in PvP situations, it's the best thing to use against someone with nano armor because it drains energy. It is pretty good by itself. It's even better if you hold right-click. And see, if you hold right-click, it starts to flash. And that's where it gets its energy from with the swings. I don't think it... There we go. Oh, I guess you don't hold right-click. You just right-click to turn it on. There we go. It's a little glitchy. I don't know if it's this texture pack. As you can see, it just used a little bit of charge. Go ahead and charge it back up. So there we go. That's going to be my sword for a little bit while we're on our Nether adventure. And then, you know, just to kind of play with it. Just kind of show it off. Alright, now, next thing is, since we're going to be going to the Nether, we're going to need some protection from lava. One thing I forgot to mention about this Vulcanite amulet is that when it is in your inventory, or your hotbar, I should say, you do not take lava damage. So I can just sit here, you know, chilling in this lava. So that's pretty good. Protects you from the lava there. Now, the Vulcanite amulet is a little expensive compared to another alternative. The Vulcanite amulet is 3 dark matter. Now, an alternative to this, which is actually something I kind of recommend investing in anyway, is another ring. It is called a Ring of Ignition. It's only 2 dark matter, so it's a little cheaper. It does have some other features besides lava and fire protection. I think you can actually use it as a weapon, at least in one version of Tekkit. I'm pretty sure you could. But another reason to make this ring instead of the Vulcanite amulet is it's actually used in a later ring recipe, and that is the Ring of Arcana. The Ring of Arcana being a combination of the Swift Wolf Rending Gale, the Ring of Ignition, and 2 other rings, plus red matter, which we haven't even got there yet. So, if you want some fire/lava protection, don't quite have enough dark matter to make the Vulcanite amulet, the Ring of Ignition is a good investment, slightly cheaper, and used later in a recipe for an upgrade. So, we're going to... First of all, we're going to get more iron. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I lost it for a second. Alright. But, of course, as I mentioned in the last episode, the alternative of having the Vulcanite amulet, it allows you to make an iron band with the amulet instead of needing a lava bucket. So we'll go ahead and do that. We also need some Mobius fuel, which is pretty easy to make. Let's grab our coal. And let's see. If I remember right, yep. 4 coal makes 1 alchemical coal. 4 alchemical coal makes a Mobius fuel, and we need 2 Mobius fuels. So in total, we're going to need 32 coal to get our 2 Mobius fuel. And then finally, we need 2 dark matter and 4 flint and steels. Let's go ahead and get the dark matter situated. Whoops, where is my dark matter? Oh, I've already got 1, so that'll make it a little easier. Let's get our 17 diamonds here. Boom. And make a second one. Yeah. I guess I'll just let that do its thing. Actually, no, because I'm going to take the... I'm going to take it and it's just going to lose EMC. Well, the relays are charging, so whatever. I'll just let it continue. I'm going to let it continue making diamonds. Okay. So, let's open up the bag once again. Let's get some stuff out of here. Not going to need that destruction catalyst. We'll get rid of that. Nicolite. Get some of this diamond out of the way. Never thought I'd say that. Get the axe out of the way. I'm not going to need that where I'm going. And we hang on to the stick. Okay. Now we need our flint and steels. First of all, where's our flint? Oh yeah, got a bunch of flint. And I just threw the iron into my bag like a doofus. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, make our 4 flint and steels. Also, pro tip. I don't remember if I mentioned this before, but if you hit C with the philosopher's stone in your hand, it brings up a crafting panel. It's normally not that great. I mean, I don't know about you, but I've used to just carrying a crafting table in my inventory in vanilla Minecraft. But the one thing the philosopher's stone has over a normal crafting table is you can shift click. That's right. You can shift click into the philosopher's stone's crafting grid. You can't do that on a crafting table. So that is a stroke of genius there. So let's go ahead and put our ring together. Like so. Ring of ignition, just make sure that's on your hotbar, and then we can just toss that aside. Now, the ring of ignition has a couple of things. Let me get out of here. I don't want to set on a fire. Once again, I can go into lava and not take damage. Another thing, let me go out to the ice, or just away from the forest, because I don't want to burn it up. Okay. If I hit G, I think it's G. No? R. No? C? Oh, maybe I have to charge it. Ah, there we go. I had to hit G to activate and hit R to release charge. Now, oh, we're gonna burn the place down. Holy crap. Now, I think, yeah, you notice how stuff's catching on fire as I walk around? It's because I've got the ring activated. Whoa. Come at me, bro. So, let me just deactivate the ring. Yeah, we're burning the place down, but that's okay, because none of this will be here when we're done. So, pretty cool. I think in an older version of Tekkit it would actually shoot flames, but it doesn't... Oh. It sets flames, but it doesn't seem to shoot flames anymore. But that's okay. That's alright. So, that's the ring of ignition for you. Okay. I think that was everything I wanted to cover in this episode. That's, you know, we've got our... Decharge that. We've got our lava fire protection for being in the Nether. We got our flying ring already. Got some dark matter tools. Then got a nano saber, which is also indestructible, but once it runs out of charge, just like the nano armor, it becomes pretty worthless. Without the charge, I don't think it's that strong of a sword. Don't remember. But we're not going to be in the Nether that long, I don't think. Just long enough to find a fortress, so it'll suit our needs. And then when we get back, we can start upgrading our weapons once again. So, what else we got? We've got the uranium ready to go. And all that's left to do is just pack it up and burn it down. So I will see you guys back here in just a few seconds. Actually, it has only been just a few seconds because I forgot one more thing I was going to show. Something I probably should have done a long time ago that I didn't really think about. And for that, I'm going to need tin once again. I'm going to need redstone, which I've got. And I'm going to need a copper wire. Now, I had a copper wire somewhere. What did I do with it? Aha! Need a copper wire. Oh, I'm also going to need another refined iron. Not close enough to the furnace. Cook that real quick. Now, since I'm packing up to leave, one of the things I'm going to be doing is obviously taking my machines with me. Now, I've got this wrench to pick up the machines. Let me go ahead and repair it here with the talisman of repair. There we go. As you can see, the damage value is going down. Come on. And boom, fully charged. Fully repaired. How's this? Interesting. Okay, so the problem is that this wrench has a chance to not pick up the machine. It's very small. I mean, like we've seen, trying to pick up a machine with a pickaxe is a 100% chance to turn back to a machine block. Picking it up with a wrench is a very slow percent chance of turning back to a machine block, but I don't want any of my machines to turn back into machine blocks. So what we do is we take a wrench, a fully repaired wrench, fresh, that's why the talisman's handy, an electronic circuit, and a battery. This makes us an electric wrench. And what you do is you hold that electric wrench in your hand, and just like with a mining laser, hold down M, right click, and you'll see it says lossless wrench mode enabled. Now let's charge her up like so. It's really quick to charge. It's kind of its downfall, actually. Let's go ahead and use it on one of these machines here. Is boom. It will give me the machine every time, but as you can see, it takes a lot of the charge. Pretty much you have to sit here and charge it every machine, or make, you know, multiple wrenches, which they're not that expensive. But so this is what I'm going to be doing to pick up our machines. Not everything is going to require the wrench, and I'll show you what I mean. The normal solar panels will require the wrench, although if you try to pick them up with anything but a wrench, they will. Better stay away from me. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay. It's not doing anything. I thought if I left... It looked like if I left-click, it was actually doing something. But anyway. Now, over here. You shithead. Okay. Now, with a normal solar panel, trying to pick up with a pickaxe would turn it back into a generator instead of a machine block, I want to say. But the arrays don't seem to have that flaw. I don't know if this might actually be a bug. I wonder if it's supposed to turn back into something. Maybe it's because it's multiple solar panels put together that it's giving you a bit of leeway, I suppose. But yeah, so on the arrays you can just use your pick them right up. On the red power equipment, you know, once again, use your pick them right up. So, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and get packed up. I just wanted to show you that thing I forgot, and I'll meet you guys back at the portal. So, see you in a little bit. Okay, and I'm back, throwing in the uranium cells into the chest. Got them all in there. I had to actually make a third alchemical bag. I had so much flippin' stuff, so we got 3 alchemical bags. Made a green one with the cactus green I had. The place is pretty torn apart, leaving behind the Balkan weapons and those stupid static boots. Ripped the piping out from the floor, leaving the training dummies. We don't need those. I do have the collectors and relays. I left the glowstone here just to give us something to look at. And I'm leaving the tanks here as well, because they're a pain in the ass to pick up, even with a pickaxe. And I'm leaving that world anchor there because I actually want the place to blow up when I go to the Nether. So, yeah, I got everything from outside, all the solar panels, got all the machines. We are set to go. Let me just, oh, where am I? Didn't mean to go down here. Let's go down here. Got that last combustion engine that was down here, and all the conductive pipes that were up above. And here we are. Got the nuclear reactor, no coolant whatsoever inside. Got the pneumatic tube going up. Going up. I went ahead and got all the piping out from there. So all we got to do is flip this switch, and we're going to book it. So next time on Tekkit, we are going to be on a Nether adventure, searching for a fortress, and go from there, I suppose. So this cave has served us well. It's been fun, but the adventure must continue. There goes the uranium. Time to get.